Hello, I'm Marcia Law. You're obviously a Sherlock Holmes fan.
Yes, I'm on my way to the annual meeting of the Baker Street Irregulars.
Oh, yes, I've heard of them. Ever since I was a little girl in...
Don't tell me. Let me deduce it. Aha! You grew up in the Orient where your father was a tea salesman.
Wrong. Actually, I'm from London, where my father is a police inspector.
Yes, that was my second choice.
The London Express, right on schedule. Now I can disrupt the rail system. Fire!
What was that?
I'll find out.
And get rid of young Bond at the same time. Young Bond is a sitting duck. Fire! Oh, you missed your numbskulls! Use the laser beam!
It's Knick-Knack's fault.
No, it's George's fault.
The baggage car is about to pull the entire train into the chasm.
Retreat, you fools! Get us out of here!
Are you all right?
I think so.
Who are you?
Really, IQ?
IQ? I'm afraid you have me confused with someone else. The name is Holmes. Sherlock Holmes.
Bond. James Bond Jr. No one can stop him, but scum always tries. Young Bond cuts through each web of spies. He learned the game from his Uncle James. Now he's heir to the name. James Bond. James Bond Jr. Look out, he's coming through. He's got a job to do while he rescues the girl. James Bond Jr. chases scum around the world.
This is awful. IQ thinks he's Sherlock Holmes. Well, at least it's not Napoleon.
Oh, it must have happened when all that luggage fell on his head.
Let's get him back to Warfield as soon as possible.
I don't think so, James. He just got on that bus for London.
Oh, no!
Bummer.
He may get into trouble. I've got to find him.
I'd like to help you.
Thanks, Marcia. That would be useful.
Blast that Bond! James Bond Jr.!
That's what we tried to do, Baron.
After all I've gone through stealing this experimental tank, Bond must not ruin my plan.
You mean you plan to smash every power station in the country?
Precisely. Is London powerless? I can take over. Nothing can stop me now. Nothing.
Look out below!
Except my own men.
Poor IQ. I mean, he actually thinks that he's Sherlock Holmes.
We must find him before he gets into trouble.
But where do we start looking? I mean, he could be anywhere in London. Oh, no.
Marcia, what are you doing here?
Oh, Father, you're all right.
Certainly. It'll take more than some tin-plated tank to get the better of John Q. Law.
Oh, good father. This is my friend, James Bond.
Pleasure, Inspector. What happened here?
Ah, well, a bizarre-looking tank demolished my police station.
Perhaps I can be of help?
Not at this time, Mr. Bond.
Let's see where these tank tracks lead.
All right. I knew you were my kind of chap.
Something's afoot. What sort of carriage made these tracks? I must investigate.
After careful deliberation, I have finally selected the theme for our annual Warfield Academy fundraiser. It's a most imaginative idea. Mr. Gordo Lighter's fabulous 50s diner.
Oh, I can't believe it. All right.
Oh, way to go, Gordo!
But, sir, what about my idea? Trevor Noseworthy's rollerblade rodeo.
Sorry, Noseworthy, I'm afraid it's much too dangerous.
Dangerous? Nonsense, sir. Why, it couldn't be safer.
I rest my case.
Oh, I can't wait to start fixing up the place.
I've a few decorating ideas myself.
The damage was obviously caused by a rather large object with treads. But what? The tracks suddenly end. Most unusual. Not unlike my famous case of the disappearing footprints. Suspicious-looking scoundrels. I'd better follow them. Now to see what those ruffians are up to.
Next time, you carry the heavy stuff.
Oh, and what'll you do if I refuse?
This.
Oh, just asking.
Now start helping me put this bomb together.
So that's their game. They intend to blow up this bridge. Well, they hadn't counted on the presence of Sherlock Holmes. It's locked. Oh, this reminds me of the case of the purloined padlock.
It was a tank that fired on our train.
Look, the tracks lead right to that building.
And that's where they end.
A toy company? Oh, surely they wouldn't damage that. What's going on, James?
I'm beginning to suspect it's me they're after. Split up. This gives a whole new meaning to the phrase airmail.
Oh, thank heavens you're all right.
I feel exactly the same way about it.
Oh, here it comes again. James, we must do something.
This spare gas tank gives me an idea. That voice sounded awfully familiar.
Well, whoever it was, he's finished now.
I wouldn't be so certain, Marcia. It's floating like a submarine.
I can't get out. It's shut tight. Oh, it's no use. It's impossible to open. What's that very odd noise? Oh, dear.
Knick-knack, are you getting taller?
That would be nice.
The drawbridge is going up. Quickly, set the explosives timer.
Set it yourself. Can't you see I've got my own problems? The bomb! You ruined it!
Will you get off my back?
Serves those two hooligans right. Now to search for some means of escape. Aha! A significant clue. The word pull. Elementary. I can't see a thing in this darkness. Well, what's this? These aren't mine. Did Watson give them to me? Ah, seeing in the dark. Magnificent. There's 2 roads again. I'll follow them and see what they're up to.
I certainly wish IQ were here. He could build some interesting gadgets out of all these items. A little souvenir for Gordo.
Yes. More importantly, let's study all the locales that have been hit so far and try to find a pattern.
You certainly have your Sherlock procedure down, Pat.
Well, I'm the daughter of an inspector, remember?
How can I ever forget?
Oh, this is a total disaster. All the food is melted.
Oh, well, no wonder. Someone set the thermostat at 90 degrees.
You call this service? There's a long line of hungry customers out there, and I'm one of them.
Well, excuse me, Trevor, but it looks like someone has sabotaged our fridge.
A likely excuse. I'll get you for this. You haven't seen the end of me.
If my calculations are correct, the next attack should take place here.
The central power station?
Precisely. An explosion here would black out all the city.
Then let's get there first.
Why are you taking that skyrocket?
It's the only thing that might be useful.
Aha! There are those ruffians.
Now, remember the plan. And this time I want no more slip-ups.
We will not fail again, Baron.
I'll try.
Okay, now we change the sign. Get up there.
Sure, get me to do the dirty work.
Power to the city will soon be a thing of the past.
How's that?
Perfect. That ought to confuse the drivers real good.
My deductive reasoning tells me that this is the main power switch. The question is, where will these ruffians strike next? Heavens! A flying machine! An airport, of course!
The central power station, it's ruined.
The entire city is blacked out.
James, look!
It's the tank!
I'll stop it this time.
Marsha, no! Like father, like daughter.
Oh, is that rat bombed again? Then he's in for a huge surprise.
What blazes wings? Oh! First it floats, and now it flies. And worst of all, Marsha is still on board.
Oh, it's awfully cramped in here. I simply must stretch my legs. On second thought,
At least the airport still has electricity, which means it will probably be the next target.
Excellent reasoning, Watson. Some of my brilliance has rubbed off onto you at last.
IQ, where have you been?
Watson, you look different. And who is this IQ chap you keep referring to?
IQ, you've got to snap out of it.
According to my deductions, it will be arriving in precisely 30 seconds. And as you know, my deductions are amazingly accurate. Ah, I believe he's arriving now?
At last, destroying this final source of power will allow me to rule over all of London.
15 seconds early. My watch must need adjusting.
It's headed straight for us.
Daddy isn't going to like this.
It's a wild stab, but it's worth a try.
I say, Dean, what's that?
It's a skyrocket. Oh, filled with silly little animals.
I I think they're quite adorable.
I think we're quite doomed.
The fool! Does he really think that Baron von Skaren can be stopped with some stupid toys? What's going on? Oh, I might have known. It's Bond.
Beautifully clever, Watson. Any other inspirations?
Yes, vacate the premises.
James!
Marcia! What in blazes? They made off with Marcia. Now we'll never save her.
Don't be so certain. I know where they've taken her.
You do?
I'm certain of it.
Well, well. A stowaway. What do you have to say for yourself?
You're all under arrest?
Oh, that is most amusing. We shall see which one of us is locked up.
Quickly, Watson. This way.
Now I see. We're taking the underground to their hideout.
Wrong. The underground is their hideout. Piffle! We've 6 minutes and 40 seconds till the next train.
Why are we here, IQ? Holmes?
The soil from those tank tracks came from an ancient subway tunnel. It contained a diesel oil that hasn't been used for years. The abandoned tunnel is just about...
Here?
Precisely. Come along, Watson.
Now what?
Logic dictates that there's a hidden opening. We merely have to locate the trigger. Ah, logic never fails.
Logic my foot. Amazing. An underground.
And if I'm not mistaken, we should also find...
Marcia!
Oh, James! Thank heavens you're here!
Yeah, because now we got all of you.
Jaws, knick-knack!
Which means Baron von Skaren cannot be far behind. Make our guests comfortable. Sorry we can't stay. We are on our way to the beginning of the new scum world order.
Don't you mean the end?
Do not be so flippant, young lady. You are talking to the future ruler.
Oh, King von Skaren.
Onward, my loyal followers. We do not wish to keep the country waiting.
That large chap was quite good at tying knots.
But somehow I get the feeling he's no Boy Scout.
I just remembered something. Hope Gordo won't mind my use of his souvenir.
Good show, Watson. How did you think of it?
I relish a challenge I can sink my teeth into. Not a hurry.
I must say, Watson, I'm thoroughly impressed. However did you learn to handle an underground train?
Oh, blimey. Look, it's a tank, and headed directly for us. There's no use.
Nothing can stand in the way of my super tank.
Don't be so sure, Baron. You still have us to contend with.
Oh, Bond again!
Not to mention Sherlock Holmes.
Okay, now that we've got his attention, what do we do?
I've got an idea. Baron, if your tank is so super, see if it can catch me.
A simple task, and at the same time, highly pleasurable.
You'll have to aim better than that, Baron.
So worried. What if one of those lasers should hit him?
Now, there's nothing to fear. After all, he is a doctor.
All right, now.
What? He strikes me again!
I hadn't counted on this. I can't hold on any longer.
Gotcha!
When did you ever learn to operate a crane?
Why, it's elementary, my dear Bones.
IQ! Holmes, you all right? Speak to me, Holmes.
Holmes? James? Why are you calling me Holmes?
Well, looks like we can call this case closed. Let's find out what's been happening in our absence.
The fundraiser was a total wipeout. And it's all your fault, my man.
Oh, what nonsense!
Oh, Trevor, you purposely defrosted all that food just because Daddy didn't choose your idea.
That's a vile slur. Besides, you can't prove a thing.
Oh, no? Well, how do you explain this spot of grease on your hand? The same grease that's on this temperature dial.
Yeah, how do you explain that?
I see, well, you see,
Your check, Trevor?
what's all this for?
For all the food you ruined.
Not to mention our tips.
1, 2, 3.
IQ, it was brilliant the way you proved Trevor was the guilty party.
Elementary, my dear Tracy? Elementary.